caller. You're on the air.
Hey Garfield, I got some questions about some dating
Okay.
advice. I've been putting my ads in the
Mm-hmm.
local paper, some
Okay.
personals, to no avail. No one's
Oh.
responding. I'm wondering, should I put a personal ad in Auto
Oh.
Trader? Maybe someone looking for a
Oh,
truck,
okay.
a lifted
Mm-hmm.
truck that's looking for me, cause I'm built kind of similar to a lifted
Okay.
truck. Let me know. Do you think that's a good idea?
Okay. Um. Okay. Should you put a dating personal ad in the Auto Trader? Okay. Well, all three of these Garfs are face down. And what I'm seeing here, first off, is the outdoorsman Garf. He is facing away from you. And what you should know about outdoorsman Garfield is that he generally rides in a Jeep. And many Jeeps can be lifted, and you'll find a number of used Jeeps in the Auto Trader as well. And this is facing down and away from you. So that would be a good indicator that maybe it's not the best idea. Next up, you have your Garfield of safety and protection here, also face down. Now, that could have something to do with the lifted trucks you speak of. Now, does the lifted truck, that is your heart, have a roll bar protecting it? Because when you are putting yourself out there in the dating world, you do open up your heart to potential heartbreak, right? So you have your leap of faith facing the protection one, protection facing you, outdoorsman Garf facing away, representing a Jeep driver, right? Now, I think just the way that these are formed in this orientation is really showing me that maybe you're not ready to be the lifted truck that doesn't have a roll bar to not have your heart protected. So maybe give the the local paper a couple more tries, but if not, it could just be a situation where you put out the ad for a lifted truck another time when you are feeling like you are ready to open your heart in a relationship. Okay. Okay, we've got another call here. All right, caller, go ahead.
Hi, Teenie. I love watching you every Friday on Public Access 12, and I have a question.
Thank you.
I think my cat Bella is a reincarnated movie star from the 40s. Can you tell me who she was in her previous life? Thank you.
Okay. Who was your cat Bella? Now, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but I'm not a pet psychic. If you want a really accurate reading on that, it's best to look up Cynthia Beige. Now, she's out in Los Angeles now, but she is a world-renowned pet psychic that can really explore the history of your animal's past lives. However, Garfield does have some, intuitive powers there to help kind of paint a picture of who this cat Bella used to be. And so I think what we can do is draw a card here and see if it offers any insights, but just one card. So who was Bella in a past life? With Morning Cat here, I'm seeing a little bit of attitude, but also it is Garfield. And there's a little bit of orange to Garfield's fur. So it could have been someone that was a natural redhead. or someone that changed their hair color for the times. But here's what I'm thinking. We have the bunny slippers on Morning Cat, and these two adorable little bunny slippers. It's not someone named Bunny, but I'm thinking your cat Bella was probably Rita Hayworth. Just something about the sort of solemn posture, but then the bunny slippers peeking out of the nightgown, and having a playful sort of approach to this card. So Bella was probably Rita Hayworth, but again, I'm not a pet psychic. You gotta reach out to Cynthia Beige about that. So I hope that helps somewhat, at least. And I hope that Bella is in great health and doesn't give you nearly as much attitude as a cat like Garfield would. Let's get these shuffled.
Meow.
Yeah, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm a first-time caller, and I just wanted to ask Garfield about what I should do about the current paranormal situation. You know, there's lights going on and off, doors opening and closing. So I need to know if I should confront the ghost, or do I just chill with it? I need to know. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's take a look. Should you confront the ghosts or just deal with it? It sounds like it's causing you a little bit of distress, and you want to know how to proceed. So let's take a quick look. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay, right off the bat. First of all, you've got a paranormal situation happening at your house, and these are all in the reverse orientation. So I think what you should do is not try and alleviate the situation on your own. This is kind of a serious ghost paranormal situation that you might need to get a professional in for. So someone that deals with ghosts, hauntings, etc. I would say have them do the confrontation and not you, because Pookie here in the middle is in the reverse, and Pookie is part of safety, comfort, you know, things that are good, and it's in the reverse, and it's telling me, you know, this is maybe outside of your control and what you might be able to handle. And then the ghost itself, we've got the basket hound here. It's just going to be a challenging ghost to deal with. And if you haven't dealt with, you know, getting proper ghost removal for paranormal activity, then you're going to want to bring in a professional. So the answer is no. Maybe don't confront it. When the lights are blinking, just say, oh, I guess it's just the electricity. You know, not the time necessarily to go down into a basement to a, you know, one of those electrical boxes and check it out, right? Just, I don't see anything. Nothing to see here. Yeah, so that's my advice for you based on this reading, though. Based on this reading.
Meow.
Oh. Caller, go ahead.
I'm hoping to get a little guidance from the Garf deck on an issue that's been bothering me for a couple months now. So I recently bought a home with my boyfriend, and everything has been going pretty well, except we found out that the basement has a high radon reading. For this reason, we haven't really been using the basement until we get a mitigation system installed. Now, to complicate the situation, we've recently discovered that a spirit has been occupying the basement. Her name is Jerica.
Okay.
and I believe her to be a middle-aged lady based on our apparent common interests. So, for example, sometimes we'll be upstairs and all of a sudden we can smell the sourdough bread baking, and it seems to be coming from down in the basement, but when we go down there to investigate, it just disappears completely. Also, I've been keeping my craft bags down there, including a bag that has this kind of half-finished crochet afghan. So I went down there the other night to retrieve an extra roll of paper towel, and when I went down there, there was yarn just all over the basement floor. I hadn't touched it, I didn't do it, but when I flipped on the light, the yarn actually spelled her name, which is how I know that she's named Jerica.
Oh.
Anyway, so my question for the Garf deck is the high radon level in the basement a risk to Jerica or any other spirit that may be occupying down there? I certainly don't want to hurt her, and if we need to expedite the mitigation system, that's what we got to do to protect Jerica. I don't know how these things work. I don't know if radon's bad for spirits, so any guidance on that topic would be really appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sure. Okay. Wow, well, another supernatural occurrence and basement, so I don't know. Let me just shuffle these real quick. What to do about the radon and how to protect Jerica. So, cat and cat, Betty Bear, smart cat. Okay. Wow. These are all coming right at you. Now, we just talked about Betty Bear and the confrontation and a sense of protection and comfort. And I can tell you want to protect Jerica in this situation and make sure that her spirit is safe. Then I'm also seeing cat and cat and smart cat here. And what this is telling me is that these are facing you, but it's for you to take that action. And I think, the smart move would be to really start some sort of radon abatement program, mitigation. But that's not for you to do. That's to leave up to the professionals, the captains, if you will, of radon mitigation. So I would say the best way forward is to protect Jerica, is to probably get the radon situation taken care of, maybe not just for Jerica and Jerica's sake in the basement, but for the sake of anyone in the house, and have a professional do that. And honestly, if you don't already, maybe get a sump pump put in. I don't know. That way, if there's ever a flood, it's not going to cause a major disturbance in the basement and bother Jerica in her sourdough bread baking or any sewing and crafting. And it might also be a good idea, a smart idea, to leave some additional craft supplies, perhaps knitting needles, maybe start a game of bridge with Jerica, and that will really strengthen your relationship with this ghost. I hope that helps. Okay. Gosh, busy day on the program. Thank you for calling into Teenie's Tarot Corner today on Public Access 12. I think we have time for one more call.
Meow.
Caller, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Andrew from Wisconsin.
Hi, Andrew.
And I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I love this channel and everything that you're doing with it. Please keep up the great work. And I would just really love a tarot reading from Garfield the cat and yourself. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Okay. All right, well, Andrew from Wisconsin, you got it. Let me just really shuffle this up. just do a 3-card reading. Betty Bear, Wildcat, and Morning Cat. A lot of Morning Cat today. Well, Andrew, what I'm seeing here, this is your past, present, your future, right? Just doing a 3-card. Past, we've got reverse orientation, Morning Cat. Morning being the start of the day, the start of new beginnings. So perhaps you've taken on something new, whether it's hobbies, new relationship, a new place you're living, a new job, things of that nature. So there's something new there. And in the reverse orientation, it's not a bad thing. It's just a new start. And since that new start has taken place, you've had a bit of a wild time. 2 strong Garfield personalities here with these 2 Garf cards. Wildcat being in the reverse orientation. You know, things maybe haven't been too exciting, but maybe they've actually even been kind of boring. And so sometimes when things are boring, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Had this been in the orientation where it's facing you, I would say, well, maybe you need a little bit more peace, a little relaxation. But that's what's coming to you anyway with Betty Bear. A sense of finding a Pookie. So it could be a relationship where you're finding your Pookie, or a situation where you've got a good relationship with yourself. And so what I'm seeing right here is a journey that you've been on where there's been a change. Things are pretty calm right now, boring maybe even. And then it's going to lead to stability in relationships, whether with others or yourself, and a sense of calm and coziness through the Pookie with Betty Bear. All right, well, that's all the time we have today, folks. Again, thank you for tuning in to Teenie's Tarot Corner, Public Access 12, and we hope to hear from you soon.